Hello again. Well, if you've been watching me for a while, you know that I've said more than once that there's a big push on for the American people to accept transgenders. And there's an article that I just read on Unfiltered Patriot. I'll attach the link. You're not going to have to look for it. LGBT lobby to schools stop using, quote, boy and girl, end of quote. It goes on to say, if you thought gay marriage was the LGBT endpoint, think again. The ink isn't dry on the Supreme Court ruling, and the gay agenda has already moved on to the next battle. Hey, they convinced the country that marriage had been incorrectly defined for thousands of years. After that, the sky's the limit, right? Next on the LGBT mission statement, of course, is a complete overhaul of the way we see gender. Americans managed to make do with two genders for all these years, but suddenly we're told that human beings aren't like that. Gender is a spectrum. There are boys, girls, and then there are those people who are somewhere in between. Some are boys who would prefer to be girls. Some are girls who would prefer to be boys. Some are gender neutral, refusing to identify with either end of the spectrum. And not only must we accept all of these colors of the gender rainbow, we must eliminate any policies or practices that might make anyone not feel comfortable. And where do you start with such an overhaul? In schools, naturally. The Human Rights Campaign, the largest LGBT lobbying organization in America, has released a guide instructing school officials on the proper way to be gender inclusive. Quote, instead of addressing your class using boys and girls, try something new, reads the guide. Words like friends, students, or scholars allow all students to feel included, expand student vocabulary, and model inclusive language and behavior for other students and teachers, end of quote. That's right, teachers are now being encouraged to drop boys and girls from their classroom for fear that someone, somewhere, might feel left out. Despite the fact that even the most liberal estimates say that transgenders make up a minute fraction of the population. We're going to change the way we talk entirely so that no one feels excluded. In addition to recommending that teachers and staff change the way they address students, the HRC guide advising using paperwork that makes every gender comfortable if schools can't avoid gender identification altogether in their forms, then they add, quote, a third write-in option for those who have no binary gender identities. Can you not sort of see where this is all leading? Barack Hussein Obama is absolutely intent on forcing transgenderism down the throats of the American people. No different than the way he forced gay marriage down the throats of the people, or the way he forced Obamacare down the throats of the American people. Why? Well, he's doing this, I believe, to allow Michael to feel comfortable with Michael's identity. I am convinced that Barack Hussein Obama will, in the next few months, order Attorney General Loretta Lynch to arrest Hillary Rodham Clinton for crimes that both she and Bill and Chelsea have committed through their false foundation, along with additional crimes that Hillary will be charged with as it pertains to her server. And then I'm convinced that Obama will come out and endorse who? Michael. Michael will come out as the first transgender African American presidential candidate. And you know what? Since it isn't a matter of who votes, but a matter of who counts the votes, it will win. I refer to it as an it because I believe it to be an it. It doesn't know what it wants to be. It wants to be other than what God created it to be. You think I'm off base? Well, the good news is we'll soon see, won't we? The push for the American people to accept transgenders couldn't be any stronger than it is, based on what this article states. Where do you start to pollute the minds? You pollute the minds of children because they grow up to be adults. Folks, wake up. Wake up. It couldn't be any clearer. I told you what I think. Read the article and let me know what you think. The article closes, and Americans have enough to worry about without throwing the entire system from human sexuality into disarray. We have real problems, real obstacles. We need leaders who will shut down this insidious attempt to erase the world as we knew it. We need them now. And we don't need politicians. That's why we need the Donald and we need Dr. Ben Carson to set the record straight. You know what I think. You know why I think what I think. Let me know what you think and why you think what you think.